Hi everybody, Mrs. Hassey here. I'm happy to introduce to you some of our building roles today and responsibilities. You're going to have an opportunity to see many different staff members this year be mentors or in charge of these leadership roles. So if you are interested, the people that you see on this video, they will introduce themselves and they will tell you about the role. We're going to be switching jobs throughout the year this year. So if you sign up to do a leadership role, you aren't committed to it for the entire year unless you decide and between your mentor that is something that you want to be committed to for the entire year. So we have an opportunity now to experience a variety of roles and to offer different opportunities to students. So with that spirit in mind, I want everybody to know that there is leadership capacity within you. And if you haven't talked about it yet in your classroom, everybody has genius. And that means everybody brings strengths that we're hoping that you will showcase to all of our leadership roles this year. So good luck to all of you. I hope you will apply and consider doing a leadership role.
Hi, this is Mrs. Touche, and I am live here at Hamilton Parsons Elementary. And one of the things we are going to be doing this year is having a techie crew. So, the things we are looking for in the techie crew people, having them assist in technology projects. There are a lot of cool things that I want to do this year. We're going to try and have some tech clubs and be able to do a lot of different tech projects. We have some coding clubs that I'd like to start and a lot of different tech projects that we'd like to get underway and assist when we have kindergarten iPad distribution. I know the tech crew was a great help in that last year. And we need to have also tech help in every classroom. I know my tech crew was great helping last year when they were in classes, but I would like everyone to have a tech helper in their classroom. So if someone could volunteer in their classroom to be a tech helper, and then the techie crew would be able to train those students in the classroom to problem solve before the problems come down to see Mrs. Vicor. That would be great. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Miss Eberly, and this is Mrs. Seeley, and we are looking for leaders to help us out in the office. A couple of the jobs that you would be doing in here would be making ice packs or birthday bags.
My name's Mrs. Blasius, and Mrs. Clark and I are going to supervise the Hamilton Parsons Ambassadors. This is a very important leadership role because if you choose to do this job, you'll be representing our school at many events. Some of your jobs might include greeting people when they come to assemblies. Another big part of your job will be giving tours to students, new students that come to our building and their parents. If you decide to be an ambassador, there will be a couple nighttime activities that you have to attend to represent our school. So basically, if you want to be a cheerleader for our school and show school spirit and let people know what Hampar is all about, then the ambassador job might be a good fit for you.
Hello, Hamilton Parsons leaders. I am looking for people to help me out in the gym. People that are organized, reliable, on task. They will help me with different things in the gym, whether it be taking down equipment, setting equipment up, or helping me maintain the gym. If you have any questions, you can come find me and ask. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Hassey again. I wanted to let you know about a leadership opportunity today. I will be in charge of our daily broadcasters, and Mrs. Seeley supports me in that, and every day the broadcasters would be in charge of presenting the announcements to the whole school. So over the PA system, you heard us every day. We talked about lunch choice. We talked about the weather. We talked about current or happening events. We talked about a fun fact every day. And we also talked about the habits. So if that is something that you would be interested in every single day, broadcasting over the announcements, then I think that you should sign up for that job. And Mrs. Seeley and I will be your mentors for that building leadership role.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm Miss Righty, and I am looking for some leaders to help me in the art room. A few of your responsibilities might be to sharpen pencils, to get some paint ready for the classrooms that day, maybe to organize construction paper, and things like that.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Gillette, and I am in charge of the lunch crew leaders this year. If you want to be a lunch crew leader with me, then we would be in charge of making sure that our lunchroom looks great, cleaning up the tables, the floor, making sure our trash sits in those trash bins. And this year we'll also be in charge of the condiments tables, making sure that students have their spoons, forks, and napkins.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Beadle, and I'm the teacher leader in charge of the flag raisers. I will be looking for about 2 people to be a flag raiser. Your job will be to come into the building each morning, go into the office to get the flag, and come outside to raise the flag on the flagpole. And then at the end of the day, you will come back out and take the flag down and return it to the office.
For you. Another job that I supervise along with Mrs. Giannata is the practice partners. And to be a practice partner, you would need to be in 4th or 5th grade. And this job pairs you with students in lower L who need to practice some sort of a skill. So maybe before school or at lunch or after, at the end of the day, you would be working with a lower L student, maybe with reading or math or something like that. So if you like to help people and are really good with your reading and math, then maybe being a practice partner would be a good job for you.
Good morning, leaders. I am in charge of helping students that would like to sing the national anthem at all of our school assemblies.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to let you know about another leadership opportunity called HP Journalists. And if you signed up to be a journalist, your big job will be essentially creating news or a column in our monthly newsletter. So between myself and Miss Eberly, we will be your mentors for this role. You and I and perhaps Miss Eberly will sit down and we'll brainstorm. Sometimes we do a brain frame about what we want to write in our Bulldog blog, that will be your column, each and every month in our school-wide newsletter. So if you are interested and you feel like writing is a passion of yours, we hope that you will partake in being an HP journalist.
Hi, it's Mrs. Touche here again, and I am here to talk about the library assistant leaders. I'm looking for some people who are willing to help with the library. I'm looking for some student leaders who will help put away books, check in books, return the books and the carts to the classroom, keep the shelves neat and organized, and put new seasonal books on the shelves and display. If you have an interest in reading and in keeping things neat and organized, fill out to be a library assistant leader. Thanks so much.
I'm Mrs. Presnell.
I'm Mrs. Shearhart.
And we're the leaders of the Student Lighthouse team. This year, the Student Lighthouse team will have a key role in planning community service projects, school spirit days, and they're going to help us to plan a big leadership event that we'll have at the end of the school year. You'll be responsible for informing our school community about these events by maintaining and updating a bulletin board in the hallway.
Well, and based on what Mrs. Presnell said, there are some characteristics that you as a student should have if you'd like to participate on the Student Lighthouse team. First and foremost, you need to be responsible and you need to be organized. We will have morning meetings about 7:45, so you need to be able to get to school in the morning. You're going to have to be able to go back and be a good communicator to your class and explain to your class what we've discussed, maybe get some ideas and feedback from the class, and then return back to our meetings and inform us of what your class is thinking and what kind of ideas you're discussing. So definitely a good communicator.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Garissimo, and I'm in charge of the Science Olympiad program this year. It's a great opportunity for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade who love science to synergize, and will compete against other schools and learn all about bugs and weather and the body and lots of other fun science things. It'll start up in probably the end of October to the beginning of November, and you'll get some more information sent home. Thanks. Hope to see you there.
Good morning, leaders. This is Mrs. Solinsky
and Mrs. Maloney,
and we're here to talk about how to be a greeter leader. First of all, boys and girls, we have to make sure that we greet everybody that comes into our building. That is, if you're a student or a parent or a guest, you are to greet them nicely, and this is how you do.
You would come in the morning, you would say hello, good morning to the students, and if a guest comes into our building, you would greet them nicely and ask them to head to the office.
We're going to show you an example. Good morning, Mrs. Maloney.
Good morning, Mrs. Solinsky.
And you gently shake their hand.
A requirement for the job is that your bus gets here early enough so that you can come in and greet students, or your parents drop you off every morning.
I'm Mrs. Presnell.
I'm Mrs. Turley.
And we're here to talk to you about the peer support leadership role. They will do leadership projects that help students to use the 7 habits to become better friends.
If you are part of our peer support group, you may have to talk in front of a group. And if you do talk in front of the group, you need to make sure that you're confident and willing to speak.
You'll have to model the 7 habits for other students so that they can use them to be better problem solvers and to settle conflicts that might come up at school.
We are currently not taking applications for this group. Ms. Presnell and I will meet with students if we need them in our groups. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Werner.
And I'm Mrs. Frenza, and we are in charge of service leaders who help the lower elementary teachers in the mornings and in the afternoons. These duties include walking children out to the appropriate buses, as well as coming in the morning and assisting the lower L teachers with mailing, taking down chairs, or any other little things they need help with.